What's up, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the Crit List. During the time that Justin and I have been making the podcast, we have come across many different systems, a lot of which we have ended up adding to a list of games that we want to play. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time to dedicate to learning these games, and the list became something of a recurring gag. Towards the end of last year, we took a look at the list and some of the systems on it and decided it was time to tackle it. And we chose Bind as the first system. So Bind, which stands for Bind is Not D&D, is a dark fantasy RPG written by Malin Freeborn. It's designed to tell stories about a team traversing a dangerous and fantastic landscape while developing their skills. The rules, they've got an emphasis on getting an output quickly, and they keep their players' decisions in the loop. It is released under a GNU General Public License, which permits anyone to copy, modify, or even resell the work. So we invited Malin along to run Justin, Couch, Ross, and myself through an intro scenario to Bind, and he brought along his insanely talented partner, Irina, to provide sketches of the action. So I hope you enjoyed this, the first ever episode of the Crit List.
The world of Fenestra is mostly sprung up from a single question, which is, how would you actually live in a world of wandering monsters? Like, it seems so normal to have wandering monsters, and then you go to a farm and you find a mission, but how on earth does this person farm? How do they raise kids if they have like a 1 in 6 chance per day of a basilisk coming to the house, and you're a farmer? It makes very little sense. So Fenestra's sort of, it's this attempt to make sense of that and adjust society to the wandering monsters. So for example, you'll generally not see the word village. Instead, the word is bailey, meaning a walled village. Could be a mountain bailey, could just be a walled village, just the bailey. And you get some inner hamlets nestled between all these villages with the hopes that most wandering monsters will hear the noise of a village and go there and get hit with a few arrows and go away, or maybe eat somebody. So one of the responses within this world, is the Night Guard. If you've got too many people, and a lot of places do, then you can just take your excess people, the useless wasters, the scroungers, the political dissidents who don't like the current order, and you just feed them to the forest. You say, oh, out you go, just get in there and go defend somebody else's pigs, because the pigs are more valuable than the excess people, quite frankly. So, that's what you lot are. The starting rank of Night Guard is Fodder. It's a title, you know. Fodder Raffing. Fodder Shale. What's going on? That kind of thing. So here, we've got the absolute worst introduction to the Night Guard ever, I'm afraid. You awaken in darkness. You awaken in darkness with a sore head, so confused that you spend a little moment trying to remember who on earth you are. So let's find out who you are. For the character creation, roll 2d6, and you can find out your strength score. You can look at the book if you want. It's got the full thing. Oh, and I forgot and as a quick aside, the artist. So here's Irina, and shall I hand over to you, briefly?
Yes. Hello, my name is Irina. I will be the artist for today. You will see me drawing some of the scenes that seem drawable and convenient for me. Live drawn on the feed, so I will see you later when we're done, and we'll show off all of the scenes that are done. See you later.
Cheers. So, yeah, roll 2d6. You can either look at the book of stories, which is where you'll get all the stuff you need for players, kind of a player's handbook, but it's very restricted to just what players need. Or you can just look underneath your stats. On the character sheet, you'll find numbers just underneath, like the -1, the +2, etc. And that'll show you what your stat score is.
Okay, so I rolled an 8 on 2d6.
So at the bottom of the stat score, it says that's just in the 0 range.
I rolled a 9. So I rolled a 7.
Yeah, I think it's all in the 0 range. So you
I'm in
continue
+1.
down the way.
I'm
I
in
rolled a
plus.
5, so I'm on -1.
Cool.
It starts.
All right, so 0 for me. All right, cool.
0.
So we're seeing who these people are, and I always like this moment of interpretation when you think like, oh, who has high strength and low speed? Maybe got like quite a chubby guy who's no athletics but really strong, like an ex-farmer, or like who has high wits but no intelligence. What are these stats describing?
I think I'm probably just scrawny. I think at least that's what the strength reflects. However, we'll see what the rest of the stats bring, especially the speed. But right now, I'm leaning on scrawny.
Says the guy who's stronger than me.
And of course, very important role. Race. Once everyone's done the stats, or even now if you want.
Race.
No.
Go on.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, 9
I'm
that
afraid it's
time.
not on the character sheet. I don't know. Can everyone see the chat? Is that convenient?
Okay, that to me looks like an elf.
I am a human.
There's certainly an elf in there.
I am also a human.
I am a human.
It's 9 to 10 elf because that's kind of what I'm looking at. I think.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so we got 1 elf and 2 humans, and your strength penalty will be taken away because you've got a +1 to strength. Humans are, of course, the tallest of all the peoples in Venestra. Well, humans and
Elf.
gnolls.
So strength is now a -1 and +1 to what? Wits.
Wits, yeah.
Wits.
Whereas I'm a -1 to wits and a +1 to strength. So I'm +2.
Same.
There we go.
I rolled an 11.
We have
Oh,
a
you're a gnome?
gnome. We have a gnome.
No, Knoll.
No, a knoll.
No.
No, 11. Is it?
Yeah,
Oh wait.
11.
I'm
I'm
Oh,
a
I'm
gnome.
I'm looking at the wrong list. It's the other way around on my list.
Oh, you're a knoll. You're a big dog.
Yeah.
I'm a big dog boy.
Puppy boy.
Hey.
That must have something rolled.
Do you like belly scratches?
Give me a good bigly scratch.
Let's do this.
All right.
Right, and then are we doing the rest of our stats as well, or?
Yeah, the rest of the stats as well. So we have a Knoll, an elf, and 2 humans.
Okay, so
Eight.
that's a 9.
And
Ooh.
Waking in the darkness, they're all stationed around about different places in various baileys, minding the cows overnight, making sure the big monsters come along. And of course, if something does eat you, well, it's eating you and not anyone's sheep, so you're still dying a hero, because everyone dies a hero in the Night Guard.
Oh wait, my whip goes down one because human.
6 for intelligence.
So I'm a
I
little
am
bit
the
speedy.
least. I am the least charismatic person in the world.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 3 on charisma, and I'm -2 because I'm a gnoll. I'm at -4 charisma.
Excellent.
Rip.
Don't
respect
have me
it's-
persuading anyone.
He is not a
There's
good
a long
boy.
running debate of like how much should stats affect social interaction, because people don't like the idea that you just put numbers ahead of just saying things, and I always think a good standard is just first roll the dice and then play according to whatever that result is. If it's a good result, speak clearly, confidently, that's it, and if it's a horrifying result, just ask like, where did you get this lady's dress from? When speaking to the town master.
What again?
Okay, so I've rolled my stats. I mean, the worst thing is for me is strength, a -1. Everything else is average or above, so I can't really knock it. To be fair.
Yeah, I mean,
Pretty good.
I have -1 charisma, +1 dexterity, and +2 for strength because I'm a human.
yeah, I'm pretty much average across the board. Speed is +1, intelligence +1, and wits -1. Everything else is dead average.
Yeah, I'm on strength
quickly,
-1. Intelligence and charisma are 0, but dex, speed, and wits, I'm at +1.
So I'm on strength.
Fast thinking, fast moving.
Yeah, I'm on strength +1, dex +1, speed +1, intelligence 0, wit +3, and charisma -4.
Very witty.
It's a very witty dog.
Who's a witty boy?
Wagatail.
Beautiful, fast, and surprisingly intelligent for a null. Like, proper brains on this one. No,
I'm still in the dungeon. Right.
So it sounds like a fairly reasonable spread. Everyone's got kind of lucky with the first characters. So now we've got our stats. You can figure out why you're in the Night Guard. There's a link to the stories book in the chat. Aside from that, let me just, if you can pull that up, go through, and while that's happening, I'll go through, I don't know, in order. Justin, what's your lowest stat?
Wits.
And your highest?
Speed or intelligence? From the top, speed.
So, speed then. Okay. So with the wits failure, and we looked that up, what does that tell you? You get like a full concept with that. See, dexterity, speed. Okay, so the concept here, headstrong. Always rushing, never thinking, always moving, never looking. But you can go around in the forest.
That sounds about right.
This is why nobody wants to work with you. This is why you ended up in the Night Guard. Just far too headstrong. Running around, never thinking about things. The code you can fill in is the Chronicler. Not that it really matters for a one-shot so much. And you can find the stats are Combat 1. You can write that in the area with general stats, just to the side. Athletics. Oh, Athletics 3.
Ooh.
Deceit 1. And I'll leave you to write in the knack Fast Charge. +1 to action points, attack, and damage after you've run 6 steps. The stuff you begin play with a quarterstaff and a sob story about the time you should have looked ahead. What's your sob story?
Oh God. Give me a minute on that.
And John, what's your lowest stat?
All right, my lowest stat is strength.
Right. And what's the highest, going from top to bottom?
The highest is dex, speed, and wits. They're all at 1.
So dexterity it is. Thief. There's your concept. Stole from your family, stole from the neighbors. Finally took to snatching from slow, fat, rich people. Stealing from rich people is a crime. So now it's time to pay the debt. You're in the Night Guard. Your pay is going to be docked, not that you receive much anyway. The code is the Noble, and you can start out with Combat 1 and Projectiles 1. Those are the two you have to write in. Good job, we've all got printed sheets. And the standard stats are Crafts 1. Stop me if I'm going too fast. Larceny 2, and Stealth 1. Finally, the knack Specialist, with specialization in locks. So +2 to locks, and you can begin play with lockpicking. Oh no, well you don't. Of course, you don't begin play with anything. Everything's been taken off you, so we can miss out on that.
Just what did specialist locks give me? A plus.
+2 to locks specifically. So general larceny is larceny, but lockpicking that's a +2. And of course, you won't begin with any of the equipment because that's all been taken off when you got bopped on the head. The only person with their starting equipment is Justin with his sob story. Ross, what's your highest and lowest?
My highest is strength at +2, and my lowest is charisma at -1.
Swindler. Oh no, wait, it's not. It's the charisma. Okay, so we'll go right down to the bottom then. Ba-ba-bum. Or charisma. Here we are.
Mhm.
And with the highest of strength, reprobate. Nobody likes you, nobody wanted your thoughts on anything, but we do know somewhere that can make use of your muscles. Code is Jester. Begin play with Combat 2, Athletics 2, and Performance 1. And finally, Couch. What's your
So my
lowest?
highest skill, well, my lowest is charisma at -4, and my highest is wits at +3.
It's crier, as in town crier. Nobody appreciated your little spin on the news that you gave. Nobody appreciated all the gossip you added in about the warden's wife. When we needed to hear about the events of the day, we have the fishwives for that gossip, and for you, we got the night guard. Code is the Jester. The stats are Projectiles 1, Academics 1, Empathy 1, Deceit 2, and a Chosen Enemy. Outlaws. Do goblins count as outlaws? I think they do. It would make sense.
Yeah. So it was Academics 1, Deceit 2, Empathy 1, and you said with the
Projectiles 1 and
Projectiles
Chosen
1.
Enemy. Yeah, Projectiles 1.
Malin, can I just check back again? It was Athletics 2, Performance 1, and Combat 2, was it?
Oh, wait, what was your concept again?
I am the reprobate.
Yep, Combat 2, Athletics 2, Performance 1.
Here we go. Excellent.
And no starting equipment, so that's going to simplify everything.
Yep.
So, awakening in the darkness, you now start to feel about, and everyone notices your hands are bound behind your back with ropes. There is of course a tiny bit of starting equipment. Roll me 1d6. And a 1, you still have your partial leather armor, given out from the night guard, 2 a flint box, and 3 a knife.
6.
Nada.
Nah,
5.
god damn it.
3.
3.
You got a knife. Does +1 damage. Anything for Couch?
Yeah,
No,
number 3 as
that
well.
was couch.
That was me and Ross.
Oh,
Both got
did you
a
both get 3?
Okay, both of you.
Yeah.
I got a 5. As expected, I'm useless.
So what do? You're in the darkness.
Mm.
That's all you know. The air is stale.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Hi.
Just about.
Hi.
What?
Oh,
Okay, I can't see anything. Who are you?
Halathorn.
I don't-
What's your name?
Tea Leaf.
Tea Leaf?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Umi Cub.
Ummy Cub.
Umi Cub.
Anyone else in here?
Yeah. Oh. I'm Sertran.
Sertran.
Yeah.
Lovely to meet you.
We do actually have a random name tables, but I like these names. They're good. We'll leave that there.
Is everyone else tied up?
Yep.
Oh.
That's.
I can't move. I can't move my hands.
It definitely feels like it.
Were you taken from the town?
I think so. Last I remember, I was out and about, and yeah,
It's
the
like
night
goblin
was.
invasion in the night with the fire and those massive ogres.
I was a bit drunk, but I'm pretty sure I saw some little things and like a ogre of some description. I don't know. It might have been a dream.
I was trying to tell everyone about it, and then it went black.
That rings a bell like the ringing in my head. Right.
Ah, Jesus. All right. Does anyone have look? I think, kind of feeling my sort of bound hands. Is it rope or does it feel like chain?
It's rope.
Right. Okay. Does anyone have anything sharp? Because this is.
Yeah. Alethorn, in his boot, can feel that his skinning knife has been left in his boot for some reason. So he's gonna sort of sidle along the floor towards the group and like let out his leg to see if anyone can reach behind and pull the blade out from his boot.
Where are you? Where?
Coming over.
Make some. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Hi. Yeah.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Let me just.
If you reach down to my boot, there's a blade in there.
All right.
As this is all going on, Army Cub's already reached for the knife that he could feel in his belt, has uncut his own hand ties, and is standing up.
So, okay, right. So, tell me. Okay, what am I touching there?
That's my knee. Down.
Okay, down. Cool, thanks. Down. Okay, all right. Okay, so.
What was that? Army Cub? For the name?
Army Cub. So
Okay,
as
Army
this is
Cub,
happening,
give me a dexterity plus larceny roll. Target number 5. So you need to roll 5 or more with dexterity plus larceny.
on
Just to use
2d6,
the
yeah?
basic system. 2d6. Yep.
Cool.
Every action is 2d6.
I rolled a 7 plus 1, 8. Modified.
8. So the null takes out the knife, fairly easily cuts across the rope, and a small voice in the darkness says, "Doesn't matter. You're all going to die in here, all of us."
Was that you? Who was that?
What was that?
It's not Alethorn.
What wasn't me either.
He says, "I'm here from the last one. They came in and they ate everyone. They're going to eat us too. I'm just going to stay under the broken wood."
Who ate who?
All the big goblins and ogres. That's why we're here. You're in the larder.
Oh. Can you get... So
No,
what was your name again?
My name?
Yes.
Tea Leaf.
Tea Leaf, could you please cut us free?
Yeah, sorry. I mean, the random voice kind of distracted me. 1 second. Okay.
I don't want to get you...
Does anyone need a hand? I'm already free.
Oh,
yes.
that... I
You
mean...
managed to cut out the
use your
rest, and soon enough everyone is unbound. Your hands are already starting to feel a bit better, the circulation is returning, but you are sitting in absolute darkness. Stale air.
Okay. So, random voice, what's your name?
Bellcut. Not that it matters. We're going to die soon.
Well, I know you're a barrel of laughs, and that's great. But I don't think I'm really interested in dying today. I don't know about these guys.
No,
How about you guys?
I prefer.
It's not high on my list, if I'm honest.
All right. So how did Omicub, how did you get out?
Yes.
Have you got a weapon?
I've got my knife, my trusty boning knife.
Cool. And I've got Alethorn's knife here. Do you want that back, by the way, or do you want me to put it to good use?
I would love that if you don't mind. It's very important.
Yeah. Okay. And I kind of reach out in the darkness. Obviously, handle first.
That's my leg. That's my leg.
And try and grab the handle of the knife and take it slowly away.
That's my other leg. That's my other leg.
Oh, sorry.
Guys. Can we organize this a bit better, please?
We're trying. We're in the... Do you have a light source?
Okay.
You had a knife. Do you have a light source on you by any chance?
I'm not a smoker. I don't really have anything on me like that.
Okay. Okay. Bella Cut. Is that right? Am I getting that right?
Bellcut.
Bellcut, there you go. Do you have anything on you that could potentially help us in this situation?
No, there's been no light. The last time the light came in, it was the big ogre here to take people to the kitchen. I don't want to see any more light.
How long ago was that?
Well, time kind of stops when you're sitting here in the dark.
Great. Well, how long have we been here?
You're not sure, but you're not feeling too hungry, so you figure less than 6 hours.
How long have you been here? He says to the newest member of the group.
Well, time lost all meaning after you start getting hungry, and then you stop getting hungry, and they take everyone away. I'm just going to sit here in the dark.
All right, okay, so, right. Tell me when to stop, and we'll kind of figure out. So, I'm going to start mentioning plates of food, and you tell me how much you think you could eat right now, and we'll be able to determine kind of how hungry you are. So, let's just say a bowl of soup and some bread.
Definitely do that.
All right, bowl of soup and some
Never
bread.
happening,
And
any food.
yeah, okay, just hypothetically speaking, a quarter chicken with some veg, bowl of soup and bread.
You could definitely do that.
Half chicken?
Yeah, full chicken.
Full chicken? Okay, how about 2 chickens? Let's just go.
Oh god, 2 chickens. I think I might be sick. I haven't thought about food in so long, except when they come to eat us.
Are they raw?
What?
Don't mention
raw
raw food.
chickens?
I think they eat us raw. God, don't mention raw food.
Sorry, I eat a lot of things. I find a lot of things somewhere. So.
Okay, is anyone else actually more scared of Omicub than anything right now?
Hey, I'm not a bad guy.
No, I'm okay with everyone in here. I'm more worried about what's coming from out there.
All right, what we need to do is figure out how long we've kind of got to wait.
I'm also going to start feeling around in the dark for anything left behind by any of the previous meals.
I expect there's... Yeah.
You feel around in the dark and you find a little child's bed, and then think, wait, this... It's not all that soft, like, maybe not. It's a very small person's bed. You feel around the other rubble and figure, oh, this is... They used to be beds. Like, this place has been smashed up, but it had a number of rows of beds. It's quite a room. Like a dining room. With the stale air, you can see there's not much flow until you find the air is slightly sweeter or has some kind of flow around one side. Feeling out, you find a door on your left. It's just here, and then further down, there's an alcove. That definitely has the tiniest touch of air movement. To the side, there's something like a ladder carved into the rock face.
So we could climb.
Bellcut.
There's a door that they're going to come through, and there might be a way out. I can feel some
Up
air.
the ladder. Yeah.
Who wants to try and climb their way out?
I'll try and climb up the ladder.
Okay.
To see if there's what's at the top.
You grab on, the rungs are uncomfortably small, but you can quite easily pull yourself up. After a moment you think, I wonder if I'm going to be at the top soon. But it goes on for a weirdly long length of time. In the darkness you can't figure exactly how high you are, but a kind of vertigo sets in where you think this must be really, really high. You fall down, there's this kind of echo up and down the shaft. And a while later, you hear something like debate. You have no idea what the language is. There's a high-pitched voice and a low, low-pitched voice. And finally, you get to some kind of top. You can feel around, and there's a small, like, shelf. Not even a room or anything, barely even a cupboard. You stand there, and at the other side of something iron, some kind of contraption which is blocking the way, which is blocking, like, the entrance to some kind of room. That's where the voices are coming from. High-pitched and low-pitched. They continue debating.
Okay. I'm going to head back down as safely as I can. To let the others know. Yeah. Just let the others know about the arguing in some language I don't know behind the door.
Okay.
And you said there was something metallic that kind of blocked you.
Some kind of
Metal obstruction or door or something. Yeah.
Do I smell some sort of like soot on him? Because I'm thinking, I'm envisioning like a chimney is just climbed up.
You've got it. There's a massive chimney. Whatever it used to be, it's now a massive chimney. You can definitely smell the soot, and there's maybe something metallic, like somebody was working with metal on the other side.
So it's an oven or a chimney grate or something.
Ventilation.
Yeah.
Ventilation.
Ventilation for metal working.
Well.
Okay.
So what's everyone doing now? You're
we,
aware the clock is ticking and something will be coming at one point.
We could hide up there when they come.
How big is it up there? Could we all fit?
Or maybe with a balance, but it'd be precarious.
But also, what about? I mean, this may be a bit of a gamble, but I can't imagine that whatever metallic is in front of that fireplace isn't necessarily secured. So if you were to listen to when they start heading down, and then we try scramble up in that moment and just get out that fireplace. But again, it's a gamble.
We have 2 weapons on us. When they come through that door, we might have the element of surprise. Depending how many come down to get us. There's
my only issue with that is we don't know where we stand unless light comes in when they open the door.
I'm going to turn to our illustrious friend that's joined us and ask him, do they come in with a torch?
They've always got a torch. That's how they see.
There we go.
Light in the dark is when you're being eaten.
So we will see them coming in.
My only concern with that, though, is he said goblins and ogres, and I don't know how your knives are going to fare against an ogre.
I don't know how we're all going to fare. We don't know what's through the door on the other side as we climb up that chimney either.
It's a fair point, and it's damned if we do, damned if we don't. I mean, honestly, I'd rather go down swinging.
All right.
I mean, what I would say is if the people up at the top of this chimney, as you're calling it, stop talking, and then we can go out through there, but we need to be quiet and just see if we can get out.
So, do you want to send a scout up there, and if the noise stops, we run up the ladder, and if the fight comes to us first, we'd have the fight down here?
I mean, the problem I'm seeing with that is, what if the grate that's in front of the fireplace can't be moved?
Yeah, then we're just stuck.
I think our chances are probably best off if we're all down here. And you said you were fumbling around over that way, and I'm in darkness, kind of instinctually pointing without realizing no one can see what I'm pointing at. You felt there was like some furniture of some sort. Could we fashion weapons out of that potentially?
You can pick up a longer piece of wood, and we'll call this like a stick, which will give you +1 on the attack and nothing for damage. Gives you extra reach.
Yeah, I think we'll try and do that.
All right, so I'll get that.
The door I found, can I try and give it a tug or a push just to see if it's maybe they forgot to lock it this time?
So you want to... Oh, the door just...
Yeah, the little door there. Yeah.
Give a pull, you're fairly sure on the other side that's a bar. Not even a proper lock, just primitive piece of wood over, some latches. Not going to open.
Cool. But it means they've got to lift that to... Yeah, they've got to lift that to come in, so we'll have warning before they come through the door.
Some footsteps echo down the hallway, and the tiniest little bit of light creeps under the door.
All right, I get my makeshift weapon ready.
Yep. I get my stick.
I get my knife.
I'm going to go and stand behind the door. Does the door open in the way or out the way, Malin? Do we know?
Barring comes off, you can hear this clackering off. Then the door opens in towards you.
I'm going to be behind.
Light
the door.
floods in with this little goblin woman carrying a torch and this massive, almost like a deformed man, crouching beneath her down to the size of a man so we can squeeze through the little doorway.
As they're doing that, I'm going to run at them and hit them with my stick.
Okay, everyone stick down. You've got a number of action points equal to 3 plus your speed. That's the total action points. You'll need to keep track of them. Whatever you're doing, almost everything is just spend an action point. So you're running towards them, spend an action point. I know you were right at the door. Do not spend the action point. You were standing right there. Who are you hitting? Little goblin woman or massive ogre?
Massive ogre, because he's bent down, so I can hit him in the face.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Go for the attack. I'm gonna give him closed passages. Yeah, I'm gonna give him -1. So your target number is 7.
And I've got
7 or more.
plus
Dexterity
1
plus combat.
And then I've got +1 for the stick as well. You said, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So that's a 6 on the dice +1. So that's a 7.
Only just. You crack the ogre in the face just because you had the extra reach with the stick.
Yeah.
He tries to pull his arms up in defense, and right in the face. What's the damage?
That's
1d6 and
it was a
plus
6.
your strength.
Oh, plus my strength. Yeah, so 6.
6. Okay, you crack it right in the face. You take out a tooth. The thing screams as blood starts pouring out of his mouth. The goblin hasn't even gotten the way. It's so short. She starts gibbering in a little goblin language. And who's the next? I guess actually the ogre is going next. Spend another action point as it attacks you.
Okay.
Spend 1 to step out the door, 1 for the attack, and another for the second attack. Yeah, it jumps out the door. Now it's target number 8. Go for the other roll. It swipes at you.
So I'm just rolling 2 again, yeah?
Yep, 2d6. Target number 8.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh dear.
Oh.
So here's where we mentioned the limited amount of fate points. Everyone starts with 5 fate points plus the... Oh dear. 5 fate points plus the charisma. How many fate points does that give you in total?
5.
Okay, so they're kind of like luck points, and this ogre is hitting you. My god, that's a low roll. Being infected. 4 damage. 4 damage, so you can take off that off fate points. Personally, I'd like to use coins to track these things, especially for characters, because they're just there, but a dice usually does as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, how did you get lucky? The ogre goes out to strike you, and luckily you've fallen backwards, or what's happened?
I think from like swinging so hard to hit him when I did, on my follow through, I kind of stumbled past him, so he kind of just missed because of the stumble.
Smacks into the ground. What's oh no, Goblin's going next. Unless anyone's got more than 5 action points, she definitely.
I'm on 4 action points. What was it? Action points 4 plus. Sorry, 3 plus.
3 plus your speed.
Yeah, so 4. So yeah, I'm not going next.
Yeah, I'm 4 as well.
Okay, she's still chittering away. Her spell is finished. If she holds up the torch, it flashes with light, blinding everyone. Everyone, give me a wits plus vigilance. Target number 9. If you don't guess it, -2 penalty. For everything, pretty much.
Wits plus vigilance.
Wits and vigilance.
11.
Ooh. 12.
I rolled
Nice.
a 12, but I'm going to
Shield
roll
rise
to 11.
And Couch?
14.
14. The wittiest of the lot. dog's ears just like cover up the eyes instinctively.
I see the light. I don't like the light.
What's everyone else do?
I'm kind of wanting to use that stick I've got and jam it in the ogre's eyes. In one of the ogre's eyes, obviously.
It's him.
Go for it. Go for the roll. Target number 8.
Okay, so it's 2d6.
Did the ogre make the spell? Did the...
Ooh.
Oh.
No, it did not. It's got -2. Target number 6.
Alright, so it's 2d6 plus combat plus my 1 for the stick, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so that is going to be 7.
You made it. It can't even see you stumbling about. You just stab it right in the eye.
Alright,
Burst the
and
bloody tooth. Now the eye's good. Hollers and pain go for the damage. 1d6 plus strength.
so that is 3 because I've got minus to strength.
The bit of stick just like sticking into the eye. You pull it back out and it starts spurting blood from 2 holes in the face. It's screaming. Next person.
So, sorry, what was that? 2 action points I spent?
1 for the attack.
Alright, okay, cool. So, I'm 3.
Oh yeah, and everyone. Sorry, 1 for everyone has spent 1 for shielding their eyes. That is another action.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to stab the goblin with the knife.
Okay, go for the roll. Target number's 10. She's a nippy little bugger.
10. Bang on.
10 bang on, go for the damage. 1d6 plus strength, and if you're using a dagger, +1 again.
9.
+2 for the dagger.
10.
9.
10 damage.
Little
and plus
goblins
2.
only. You horrible person, little goblins only have 4 hit points. The head comes off, the boning knife goes for the neck bone and just like pulls the entire thing off. Just like grab and rip the thing off in one go.
Can I use an action point to grab the torch before it touches the ground?
Yes. You got some spare, so grab it. Spend 1, you got the thing in hand.
Right.
Whoever's got action points, go.
Got 1 action point left.
The ogre has none left. It's just screaming in pain and blinded.
I have 1 action point left. Anyone have any action points left?
I have 1 left.
Use it to attack the ogre.
No, 3.
Go.
Alright, so I will charge at the ogre. I will jump out on him.
Go for the roll. Target
With
number
my knife.
6, he's still blinded. Stab in with a knife.
6 exactly.
Yep. Oh, you got it. 6 exactly.
6 exactly. With modifier.
Stab in, you twist. He's only got 2 hit points, so we know you make this one. Stab right
Yeah, I
into
do
the
4
chest.
damage.
And it's just far too many holes for an ogre to have. Eventually keels over, and that's the second body hitting the floor. Hits the cold
Hey!
floor, and finally, with the light, you can see the room crowded with just debris from broken up beds. The kind of goblinoid size, but obviously goblins did not build this thing, you're quite sure. Looking out into the hallway, the stairs going up the way for some distance, and you can see the alcove with the ladder. And a tiny little nose and 2 eyes peeking out of the rubble at the back of the room.
Come on, come with us.
Well, maybe, but we're still all going to die.
Yeah, shut up. Come on.
You with us.
We haven't got time.
I'd like to search the
anyone
small
gonna-
goblin for stuff.
You search the small goblin. What does she have? She has a dagger.
Anyone?
She used to have a torch.
I've got that.
She has a human foot.
Anyone gonna eat
And-
that?
All yours. All yours.
Enjoy.
Oh, thank you.
And a map.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
All right.
I'm
Okay,
going to take a look
so-
at what the ogre had.
Does anyone mind if I take the dagger?
No, I've got mine. I'm passing the dagger quite happily.
All right. Does that dagger, is that still a +1 dagger?
+0 to attack and +2 damage.
Okay. So
Put it on the end of your stick.
So I'll put dagger.
Extendo
And the
dagger.
weight is 1, not that you guys are overburdened. Remember, nobody has a backpack, so when you're carrying things, you've got a left hand and a right hand, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Except the goblin actually has a satchel. So yeah, somebody can take the satchel.
Can I put my foot? Can I put my foot in the satchel, please? For later.
Sure, absolutely.
Take out the human foot if you want.
So I've got a torch in one hand, a dagger in the other. That's me fully armed.
All right, I'll. Yep.
I'll take the satchel.
Okay.
I just want the foot in the satchel.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel this is taking a bit longer than we have or need.
I want to search the ogre and also want to grab that tooth I knocked out from that first hit. Souvenir.
Okay, you got a lucky tooth.
You fucking freak.
I'm with him.
Yes.
Onwards.
Now, despite all the screaming sounds,
Let's go.
you get very little reaction from the scene above. As you peek out very carefully and gingerly, you can see up at the top of the stairs there's this massive deformed rat that looks like it's been turned inside out, arguing with a goblin over an arm. The two of them are just like pulling each other. But they're up there, next to a single candle. Looks like some kind of dining room table. What do you do?
Is there any way for us to kind of sneak past, or is this just a case of we're gonna have to rush these?
You could try if you drop the torch.
I don't have the torch, so I could potentially sneak.
I will stay back. I will stay back in the darkness and let you guys head forward, so you're not lit by me, and I'll be at the back, out of the way.
Or just saying, round 2.
All right. So how about if I sneak into a better position where I can get the jump on one of them, and when I do, you guys come in.
Yeah.
Can the gnoll see in the dark? I'm gonna ask him.
No, nothing can see in the dark.
That's fine. Yeah. Just wondering.
There is a candle, so I should be able to see enough to get into a sneaking position. Yeah.
Quick question.
You can try and jump past, so that'll be if you give me a dexterity plus stealth at target number 9.
Okay, just waiting on Couch because he was gonna add something.
Yeah. Because they're fighting over an arm. Do you think I could just give them the foot and they'd be peaceful and walk away?
Probably.
Probably
not, considering they want to eat us.
Yeah, we were going to be the next course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good thing. I like where your head's at.
Yeah.
Love it.
I thought I could bribe them.
Let's keep that energy up. But in the meantime, we'll stick to the stabbing, and then we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
All right.
We still use the knife. We still stab.
Still knife. Okay. Still stab. Cool.
Sure. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right. So I'm gonna try sneak into a better position in the hopes that they don't get me. So what did you say? It was
dexterity plus stealth, target number 9.
Dexterity plus stealth. So that's 1 for that. And 1 for that, so it's a +2. Oh no, that is going to be 7.
And the rat's disappointed with not getting that foot, so immediately it just turns around and goes, "Oh, you look tasty." The goblin follows, but then goes, "Wait a minute, big person," and immediately jumps away. It knocks over the candle while it's going, leaving you in darkness, and jumps downstairs. There's another set of light and further goblins. You can hear him screaming. He's clearly sounding the alarm.
Oh no.
Is there any way out? Like from where we are?
So the little elf, you have basically forwards or backwards.
Yeah, guys, didn't work. They're coming.
Great. Excellent news. It comes from the back with a torchlight.
Mm-hmm.
If I look down the corridor the other way from where we came, Malin, what do I see? Is it just our cell?
It's just, it's your cell and the alcove that smelled faintly of soot.
Okay, so the door that the goblin ran down, is there an actual door there, or is it a doorway?
Oh, it's full passage. So you go up the stairs, and at the top of the stairs, you're the only one. There's only the elf seeing down the stairs to further goblins. They've got their own torch. You can see they're dressed in these ragged robes.
But yeah, I was just wondering if there was any way to kind of close the door and hold them off while we dealt with this fucking rat. But maybe not.
Nope.
There's no door between you and the other goblins. That's it. So, with the rat attacking and the goblin jumping away, yeah, I suppose give me a roll for that.
Okay,
And,
so...
of course, refresh any action points.
Okay, back to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Target number 7. Thing jumps at you.
Just straight up roll, yeah?
Yep. Or, well, add anything for... What's it? You had a dagger?
I've got a dagger, but I've also got +1 in dex. I don't know if that would be applicable.
Yep, dexterity plus combat.
Okay, so dexterity plus combat. And the dagger was +0, I do believe. That's what I've got written down. Alright, so dexterity plus combat. Okay, that's going to be 7.
Okay, so that's a tie. So the system has a TN, which is not target number. I keep saying target number by accident, but it's actually a tie number. Since you're tying with the thing, you got 2 options. Either you both get damaged, or neither if you get damaged on a tie.
I think probably, realistically, it'd probably be both, because as this thing kind of jumps in at me, I'm going to swing with this dagger.
Okay, you stab up while it tries to gnaw into your neck. You can take 4 damage, take it off your fate points if you have some, and I think you do, and go for the damage yourself. It's +2 for the dagger.
So I'm taking off fate points, yeah?
Yep.
Alright, so that leaves me with 1 fate point. 1 fate point, and then damage with the dagger. Oh, 6 plus 2 is 8.
-1 for your strength, so +1 is 7.
Yep.
Nevertheless, guts spill out of the massive dog-like rat. The thing falls silent instantly. You can hear more clamoring and discussion from goblins down below. They seem to be shouting something. Shouting constantly at each other, and what do?
Do you want to set
just out of curiosity, me that's an action point.
Yeah, but now the small combat scene has ended, so you just reset it every single round.
Alright, okay.
So to redraw at the top of the stairs, we have one elf who is spotted, causing a lot of calamity with voices down the stairs, and the rest in varying steps between the room and the stairs. You have there's a man with 1 torch, a man without a torch, and a big gnoll.
Do you want me to light the candle so that you can see better, or do you want me to leave you in the darkness?
I think lighting the candle would be a good shout.
I think lighting the candle, having more than 1 light source would help.
More light.
I'll light the candle with the torch then. And do we prepare for battle against a bunch of goblins?
I think that's probably wise because there's no other way out. Is there any way we could get Is there any way we could get the table across the doorway to at least slow them down a bit?
Yeah, you can grab the table, go back down the stairs to the door, and just kind of wedge it there.
Let's do that. Let's start a barrier. Yep.
Yep. Okay.
You pull up the stuff, and you can, as you're pulling up the table, you can see 3 goblins, kind of like maybe they're jumping up. They're thinking about it. One of them's got a small axe, another has a knife, but then they kind of look up at you. Does anyone want to give me a strength plus deceit plus any bonus for a weapon? You want to look scary?
I will try that.
I'm happy to look scary. Yeah.
Yep, I'll try that too.
I will as well.
Anyone who's up at the top of the stairs? Oh no! This is This is going to be a team roll, meaning only one person rolls.
Oh.
And that is the one roll of the entire group.
I have a point in deceit.
I have 2 points in deceit.
Oh no, it's the same roll for the entire group, so you don't need to decide who rolls.
Oh, okay.
If you roll a 7, then everyone gets a 7.
But we're trying to work out who the best person to roll is.
Yeah.
So just one person, anyone roll the dice? First come first serve, really.
I rolled an 8.
8 will do.
So everyone gets an 8. Who's got the highest score?
We nominated Couch.
I've got a 9 with that 8.
I don't have. Yeah, I've got 8, so that's not me.
I've got an 11.
Nice.
I got 10. Yeah, I've got 10 with that.
So while everyone's trying to look big and scary, it's really that freaky dog creature up at the top. He doesn't have a light. He doesn't need one. He's just got the light behind, the face in shadow, and he just smiles. Like, oh, look at you little guys. The little creatures here.
And Amikab turns around and says quickly, "You're not touching my foot. This is my foot."
Don't touch his foot. Like, I really wouldn't.
He just turns his head and one ear sort of goes up.
You know, the goblins don't speak your language, but somehow they do understand. They're like,
They know.
The lot, they turn, they jump away, and they flee down the hallway, except for one just kind of standing there. Puts up an arm, he kind of waves, the rest have gone. They leave you in they leave him in the darkness, and you standing there with one torch and one candle.
How big is this goblin smaller than the rest?
No, he's about the same size.
I mean, I would kneel down and sort of look and go, "Hey, fella, how are you?"
From the top of the stairs, you kneel down, then you can go down. He says, "Hey, my name is Kalama. I'm not really a goblin.
He's a gnome.
This is my home."
He's a gnome. He's in here in disguise.
I am in disguise.
Trixie.
I started the spell, and now I
Trixie.
can't stop it.
You're a smart little one, aren't
Magic
you?
has a mind of its own.
Right.
It's smart enough to get the kids out. Yes, somebody locked the children in the treasure cupboard. There's no more valuables in there. There's just the children and a really good lock. Would you guys mind helping me out?
If you'll help us, we'll help you.
Yeah. Quid pro quo.
Yeah.
What do you
Let's
need?
do this.
Well, we need
We'd like to get out if you're alive. And we think there's
armor,
a bunch of goblins around here.
Supplies.
supplies, weapons. If you want me to unlock that thing, I'm going to need a lockpick of some description.
There's a kitchen next door. We can have a look in the kitchen. Let's all go to the kitchen.
Let's go.
What about our friend? What about our depressing, paranoid android friend?
Belka
says, "What do you think's in the kitchen? I don't want to see what's in the kitchen. Sounds awful."
Come on, pull yourself together, man. This is the longest you've ever been alive. Feel alive. Come on. I pick him up and drag him down the corridor with me.
He's like, "Oh,
Hey, Belka,
that's only
Belka.
technically true."
But Belka, think about it. If we go to the kitchen, there might be the chicken you wanted.
Ooh, chicken.
Something more than chicken, I bet.
Did
As you
Malin,
ran the corner,
did they drop the weapons when they ran, or did they keep the weapons with them?
they did not drop any weapons. So jumping down, you go around, and immediately on your right, you can see this table. It seems to be the heart of something they were disputing or discussing. And there is a little scroll there.
Ooh.
This one quite different. It's not a map. Got something written on it, and immediately to your left, you can see the rest of the hallway. It has alcoves going into the kitchen. The little goblin that says he's a gnome, old Kalama, says, "This way, follow me into the kitchen." There's also a passage, once you get around there's a passage to your right with double doors. So yeah, on the left 2 passageways, on the right the alcove with the map. What do you look at?
Okay, I want that scroll, that map.
Sorry, no maps. Yeah, scroll.
Yeah, scroll. Yeah, because someone else
So
has the
looking at
map.
thing,
Yeah.
It's all in Gnomish. Now at this point, if anyone wants to explain it, if anyone wants to read Gnomish, you can spend the story points.
I will do that.
Only one person. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
That's
I like
lovely.
this mechanic. Okay, so during
Why do we know
my
Gnomish?
I think because I probably used Gnomish at some point to get out of a scrape. I probably tried thieving off the wrong person sort of thing, and just having a bit of background in Gnomish could help me kind of get out of any sort of trouble to a certain degree, at least plead my case, as it were.
How would that help? What, when stealing from gnomes, or?
Yeah, I mean,
Did you pretend you're a gnome as a short elf? You're just like,
no, I didn't. No, I don't pretend I'm a gnome. I steal from gnomes, but I feel I'm under the impression that actually speaking their language would give me some sort of would help me endear myself to them.
You can swindle more people. Needs to learn gnomish just for swindling.
Yeah, that's probably it.
He's a con elf.
So yeah, that was, gnomes are probably one of my targets.
Okay, so that's why you know gnomish, and as you open the scroll, you can see it reads, "Stand on one leg with my heart in my head. What am I?"
Going to turn to the little gnome and say, "Can you also just tell us what that means?"
Oh yeah, it means something which you can't say around it. And he starts to explain, this is quite important. So we used to write, when we were making these magic scrolls, to go deep underground and get the magical valuable plants, which it turns out was a bad idea because things live down there. Anyway, when we were making them, we used to write the words on them. But if anyone got hold of the magical item, they would know the word to activate it. So, you can't have, no offense, but big dumb humans grabbing your things. So then we had a system of marking this like 1A, and there was paperwork to mark what the thing was, but anytime you got mixed up with the paperwork, you got the wrong scroll and it wouldn't work, or you'd say the wrong words around it. That was bad. So the final solution here is to make sure that you always put the word on it in the form of a riddle so that humans can't answer it. And you must never say the word, otherwise it will activate, even if you're just standing close to it.
In other words, don't solve the riddle till we need to.
Okay.
Don't say the answer out loud.
Yeah, what if I were to whisper the answer to our gnomish friend just to see if it is? Would that still activate the scroll?
Well, let's put it over there where it can't hear us, and we'll wander over. Yeah. Let's come in here to the kitchen.
This seems like one of the most redundant safety devices ever.
All right, so don't worry about him. He's obsessed with the foot right now. Is it a flower by any chance?
No, it's a cabbage. I stand on one head with my heart in my hand. Cabbages and hearts.
All right, thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, that's appreciated. Do you know, what does the scroll do exactly?
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember all of them, he says. I think it's one of the portal scrolls. Usually they have that kind of riddle on them. I don't know, there's various types. The portal scrolls are what let us go down and get all the magical flowers for all the magical ingredients. That's why this place is so rich in talismans. Though it might have been somebody else's well-tended garden we might have been stealing from them.
Oh, don't worry, that's fine.
We want to go up anyway, not down. I want out of here.
True, but it may still be useful.
Agreed.
Maybe. You definitely don't want to use them, though. One time, goblins came in, and you know how that ended.
Okay. So I'll probably, because obviously I've got my dagger in one hand, I'll be holding the scroll in the other.
Okay. Scroll in one hand, dagger in the other. And out to the side, of course, you are peering into the darkness of this kitchen with not very much light behind you.
We have a torch and a candle.
So everyone else goes in, you got the torch and the candle, and you can see this massive sprawling kitchen, bit of a larder, everything a gnome would need. Unfortunately now requisitioned for bits of human boiled heads, something that looks like brains. Goblins aren't good at cooking, but apparently they gave out try in here. I told you it would be like this.
I wouldn't pay your housekeepers this month. I don't think they're doing their job properly.
He's got a point, to be fair.
Yeah.
You know,
Malin? Can we see anything else in the room? Like maybe the oven that we were thinking might have been the other exit point?
Well, no, you just went up a little bit. That
Okay.
shaft was
That's all the way up.
the way up.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we're a long way up. Okay.
Okay, so is there anything in here which would help us? I'm looking for something to act as potential armor, and whether it's a tray that I put under my shirt or something, or I'm also looking at something that could be used as like a makeshift lockpick.
That sounds pretty difficult, but why don't you give me an intelligence plus crafts target number 10 to make some sort of the A team, some armor out of a gnomish kitchen.
I'm gonna have a look around and see if I can find any knives or anything lying around as well, or anything I could use as a weapon. Because at the moment I'm the only one. All I've got is my stick, and I'm the only one without a blade of some description.
I just brought on my camera because I got you your 10. 9 plus 1 for
Fine.
crafts.
You can find in there a cast iron skillet. It's got plus nothing to attack and plus plus 2 to damage. It's a big nasty weight, even if it's a little gnomish one.
Right, does anybody want this? Because I've got it. I'm holding
that was
dagger.
for me. I was looking for weapons while you were rolling.
Oh, sorry, what was the result of your roll? 11.
10.
10. So you got the tie number, you've tied. So, you can get this stuff, you can pull together like a baking tray and wrap it around you with twine, but the first time you get hit, this thing is going to fall apart. It is not well-made armor at all. So, put down something similar to Brigantine chain. Yeah, put down damage resistance 4, but it's literally like 1, and then everything will fall apart.
No, I'm happy with that. It makes me a tiny bit more survivable.
And just quickly, sorry, that skillet. Sorry, it was. What was the bonuses on it again? Sorry.
Plus 0 to attack and plus 2 to damage.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a big, nasty, weighty weapon and won't really help you attack much. But my god, those things sting. Yeah.
Yeah.
You actually managed to land a blow. It's going to be murder racing.
Yeah.
Now, it's been a while after you look through the kitchen and craft your armor and such. It's the end of one interval, which means people are going to get fate points back. I roll 1 die. That's a 5. Everyone gets 5 fate points.
Yeah.
Can you go
10
above your original?
plus,
Can you go
5.
above your original fate point?
No.
No.
No, your maximum is always it's going to be 5 plus your charisma.
Okay, so back up to 5. So when do the hit points come in? Is that when the fate points run out?
That's the one. Yeah.
Okay.
And they don't regenerate.
Oh. And fatigue, you just tell us when we get them. I'm assuming.
That's the one. Although you won't have much because it's usually from like carrying out stuff, lifting, or well, you would actually have 1 fatigue point for the combat, and then you would just get better. Heal half of your hit points in fatigue every interval. So nobody's got any big backpacks, so you're actually at least fairly lightweight. Now for the remainder of the room, you can see, well, besides the kitchen, this hallway goes in a circle or a square. On one side there's a set of doors, which doesn't make much sense because there's this contained square with a hallway around it, and then double doors into something, presumably a room where the goblins went. It seems like they must still be in there, but you can't hear anything. You also have a set of stairs off to one side, just past the kitchen.
Calamar. Where does that door lead?
It says, "Oh, that's the." It's the movie floor. It's a floor which moves. You stand inside, and then it brings you up.
It's a lift. He means a lift.
It's a movie floor. We invented it. It's clearly a movie floor.
What's a lift?
It's like a winch. Although I think
it's a
it
lift.
means magic.
Of course it's magic. We're gnomes.
Is it like an escalator?
I have no idea what kind of crazy Knowlish savagery you're talking about. This is a movie floor.
What? So it's a floor that elevates you, as it were.
That's the one. The movie floor.
So,
Floor of the movie
so,
school.
so shall we settle on elevator?
But we have escalators.
Where does it go to?
Well, you say the middle words and it goes up to the middle, and then you say the top words and it goes up to the top. But
Which
we're
is
going to the middle,
Okay.
so we can get the kids.
Right. So
Yeah.
middle's where we want to head to.
Yes.
Except we're not, because they've just taken it up to the middle, and they're not going to take it down again for a little bit.
Isn't
Okay.
there a button we can press to bring it
To
down?
bring- That
No,
would
you gotta
that would
say
be
the words.
Well, that would have
so.
been a great design. Just saying.
You know-
We have that on our escalators. I don't know why you don't have it on your movie floors.
Again, I don't know any of these Knowlish savagery words. Like, it's just, you're too primitive for me to... We just use
It's a
the
big
advanced
red
material.
button. It says up and down.
Never seen a button. I presume it's something
Oh.
about noses or meat or whatever.
So
Okay.
okay. So is there any other way up?
Usually you would just wait for things to come down as everyone's moving up and down all the time. In theory, you could go to the workshop, but you always have to push aside the smelting devices, and they are, you know, heavy and loud and on fire.
Now that doesn't sound great.
That sounds. Yeah, that's
we
the
could
opposite of
wait
what
here
we said.
for the lift. But that will be a fight.
Yeah.
It will, since they've ran away, I think the idea was to go away and get somebody very big. The lift can't carry a load of big ogres up, but it can carry them down safely. I've noticed they only go up one at a time because it can't carry too much weight. But they come down with any number.
So this movie floor, is it just the floor that goes up and down, or is it an enclosed sort of cubicle, as it were?
No, it's just the floor. Just
The floor.
And how many ogres do you think can fit on that floor?
Oh, at least 6, but only one will go up at a time. So it could be 6 coming down.
How about this, right? Because we've just been in the kitchen. If we can find something flammable, if they bring an ogre down, you send it down to the floor below us, and then we just pelt this flammable thing on fire at the ogre, and just hopefully kill it while it's still in a pit.
Ogres.
Did you miss the fact he said 6 could come down?
Yes.
Well,
Sick.
all the more reason if we can get some oil or something that's going to go up. We've got a candle, we've got a torch. If we can get them down below us, douse them with whatever we need to douse them, and set that on fire.
Atherton's gonna go back into the kitchen and see if he can find any, like, rendered down human, basically, any fat that's been rendered down in the pots.
My only concern with that, though, is what do we then do with the burning bodies? Because we're not going to be able to use this to then go back up if the floor is covered in things on fire and burning oil.
It'll burn out eventually.
Oil burns for a long time.
So will an ogre, I expect.
Yeah, and to be honest, if there's a movie floor shaft, I mean, I'm sure we can try climb it, because obviously, if everything on the ground, if everything on the bottom is dead, that movie floor isn't coming back up anyway.
Can I ask a really, and it might be silly, but remember the scroll you had?
Yeah.
Said it opened a door. What if we put the door in the way of the movie floor, and then shut it afterwards?
That would, it would entirely block the door for as long as that thing worked, although I'm not sure how we'd get out after that. There could be quite a number. There is, of course, the treasure room with all the weapons up the stairs.
Maybe that's a better idea.
Yes.
With stairs.
And the treasure.
And
the treasure.
And the weapons.
Treasure.
And the weapons.
And
weapons.
The treasure.
Weapons.
Weapons are in the treasure room up the stairs.
So when we asked for equipment, your first sort of inclination was, I got it. Kitchen.
Not
weapons.
Weapons.
Well, it's meant to be locked, but now I'm thinking maybe you guys. I would give you permission to knock in the door.
Oh, thank you for your permission for what we were going to do anyway.
Because I am one of the last surviving members here, except of course for the children, which again I must impress. We need to get out of here.
We should save the children.
So,
just out of curiosity, though, how long have the children been locked in that room?
It's now been a couple of days, but they were somebody to stuff in some water. I saw her before I fled.
Okay, so it's only been a couple of days. That's
still
okay.
no. So the kids are definitely still alive.
Yep.
I was just checking.
So, in order to save the kids, we are definitely going to need weapons. We're definitely going to need things. So I think treasure room,
stock up on weapons and goodies.
Shiny weapons, shiny treasure.
As we look up the stairs towards the treasure room, I think I'll call the first buyer break.